theory with big weights and sprints? Do you reckon... I mean, obviously in the distance races it's a bit tougher. Does that put you off when a horse has got a big weight in a sprint and you think it might still win?
Yeah, I think weight counts in all distances. I don't go along with theories that it's more important in some distances than others. You know, you get back to the great champions of the past, Rising Fast, and those horses, they could carry big weights in long distance races. And the top sprinters over the years, like Time and Tide, they could carry big weights in sprints. I like backing in mares races. I think the quality usually comes through, and often horses that carry the top weight can win. And that's why I think Raja Lane is possibly still a touch over the odds here with 60, even though she's got 61.5. At the big odds, she is over 20 to 1 on the tote.
Well, she's from Adelaide, Leone McDonald, the trainer. There's another Adelaide mare in this race, Pat Welsh, Swiss Fault. There's been some money for her.
Just a little bit of specking at long odds, and what you see on the tote with the $21 is about comparable in the ring, but these have held it very, very solid. I'm holding Swiss Fault very solid as well. Big money, though, for Recurring and Leone Chiara. They've been the two major firmers in this race, but again, very, very tough race. Edgerton, Toast of the Coast, Dharma Dinosh, they've all got the blows. Covered there has been solid at about double each way odds. Now, Bruce, I've also spoken to several of the leading rails bookmakers, Melbourne Cup. Alan Iskander reports some money for Hugs Dancer. Michael Iskander, Chimeric at a little bit of odds now. So it was back for $1 million yesterday, or take out $1 million yesterday. So Chimeric. Simon Beasley reports Maccabi Diva and Frightening have been the subject of some big wages so far, and I can tell you that they're all still very wary of Mamul. They're expecting money from Mamul at some stage during the afternoon.
It's typical of a cup that there's going to be 6 or 7 horses that money will be for, and that's no exception this year. And the track conditions will play a part. I think the harder the track gets, probably people are going to perhaps move away from horses like Fantastic. We'll see, but...
Exactly, and like a lot of the money for Grey Song, I think, was... dependent on it being a slow track. I wouldn't be surprised if he just eased out a point or two as well.
Do you know, Ken, I felt exactly the same thing, but I heard Tom Hughes this morning on radio in Melbourne, and he feels as if the harder track will suit Grey Song at this stage of his career. He thinks he's now just as good on top of the ground as he is wet. So I fancy the horse. It's my second pick. So that gave me some confidence because, like you, I thought Grey Song needed it a bit slow today.
There's no better trainer with a horse in the Melbourne Cup, with the possible exception of Bart Cummings and Tommy Hughes. He's been a marvellous trainer. Salamander, we all thought had won in 1979, was just pipped by Hyperno. And for the local trainer, a man who trains at Flemington, by golly, it'd be a popular win. I've got him in my trifectas, Bruce.
So the mare's behind the barrier. The other thing that's, well, not unique to Flemington, because Victoria Park and Adelaide has it too, but you don't have it in your metropolitan tracks, is the straight course here at Flemington. It's tough to back a winner, I think, down the straight.
It is, and for people who aren't used to it, sometimes the wind can play a part, and the horses on the outside can be favoured. Other times, there's a slight bias to one side or the other. I think it played fairly even on Saturday. The horses on the outside were only just beaten by those on the rail, and only 3 came down the outside. Let's hope it's fair and even today. The track certainly looks a picture, and it's credit to the curator.
I think if you could say there's one basic difference between a race around a turn, a sprint race, and one up the straight, is that the leader doesn't get as far in front of the back horse down the straight as they do around the turn, because around the turn they can't be 6 and 7 and 8 wide. They stretch out, and the leader can pinch a break. Up the straight, there's normally only probably 4 or 5 lengths between first and last.
Exactly right, and yet you've still got to hold and wait for the right time. I think some ordinary jockeys go too early in straight track racing. I think you've nearly got to have the clock tower in your sights at Flemington before you finally let go.
Well, it's been hard to find a favourite here. Probably Recurring will run it. Gerald Ryan's got just one runner here today. We know what a great trainer he is. He had Clangalang have a big success in the Epsom, and Recurring will run the favourite, number 6, as we join Greg Miles for the 4th today on Cup Day. It's the Canon Sprint.
Out in 14, Taste of the Coast is ready. Won 3 races last preparation in 3 different states. On the outside, Leone Chiara set. Coming up is Swiss Vault. And that leaves David and Notcher to move in on the outside, and we'll have them right to run. She's a 3 times winner at Flemington. Comes through a race at Caulfield that has provided the winner of this particular event in 2 of the last 3 years. There she goes into the outside, so they're ready to run. Racing now. Recurring jumped okay in the middle of the line, and so too did Cover Thee. They're going to edge to the outside rail. David and Notcher had begun very fast out there, and Leone Chiara's in behind that bunch of horses, and they certainly have split. They've left with only 2 horses going down on the flat side, and Miss Marion is leading that side of the course ahead of Palace Archway. All of them virtually out this side, coming towards the 650. David and Notcher has the lead to Cover Thee. Up there too is Edgston in 3rd place in the line with Raja Lane, and they're followed then by Toast of the Coast, Leone Chiara. Back there with those is Recurring as they come to the 400 metres, and then Dream Liker and a fair way back in the field. Raging Inferno starting to make some ground, and Miss Marion and Palace Archway over on the inside of the course. They look to be a little too far back, coming towards the 200 metres. Raja Lane with a big weight. Leone Chiara out in the middle, and Recurring with Edgston now close. Leone Chiara and Recurring going to the lead together with Edgston. It's Leone Chiara and Recurring. Leone Chiara, 2 good beats. Recurring, third between Edgston and Palace Archway over on the inside. And then River Woman, Raging Inferno, unguarded moment, followed by Swissvolt. And then came Miss Marion on the inside from Venus Agogo and Melbourne, Cover Thee and Toast of the Coast. Then came Dream Liker, and Raja Lane weakened with her big weight. And back towards the tail, David and Notcher, who showed plenty of speed but weakened out.
Well, the money was right. Pat kept telling us that it was 12 and 6 to 2. They wanted Ken. You were pretty keen on both of them as well. And 12, who the big raps were on, was able to get the money today. Leone Chiara over Recurring. Both very good fillies and mares, I should say. And both on the up there. The 2 to watch. Just away from the outside. And they drew away from Edgerton and Raja Lane and a couple of the others, and officially 3rd has gone to Edgerton, so it's 12.62, the time 63.5. Both first up, Ken, both set for this race, and they've run right up to their form. And Craig Newitt, who's got a big day today, he's riding in the Cup with a chance, has come home a winner on this very, very good mare, Leone Chiara.
Yes, Bruce and Craig, a very good win by this mare today, and gee, what a way to start the race as for you for Melbourne Cup Day.
Yes, exactly right. Look, she's a real superstar. Getting a nice soft running behind him. Probably got a little too far out of our ground today, but look, she's all guts and she's too good.
Craig, the important thing is about the track. I know you did come down on the grandstand side, but the track you rode earlier in the day, the track seems as if it's perfect for the Melbourne Cup, doesn't it?
The track's in sensational order for today.
And this is your 2nd ride in the Melbourne Cup?
Yeah, that's right. I rode last year in 10th, so hopefully we'll go 9 better today.
Well, that's a nice way to look at it. But congratulations on your win today. And Danny O'Brien turns his mares out, turns all his horses out in good condition, doesn't he?
Benny's probably one of the most underrated trainers in Australia. He does a terrific job with them. When they step out in the city, they're always 110%.
Congratulations. Good luck in the Cup.
Thank you.
And here is the winning trainer, Danny O'Brien. Congratulations. Only lightly raced, but she's done a good job.
Yeah, she's got a lot of ability. That was her 3rd win from 4 runs. She's got the track record at Sandown. I think she'll be a very good sprinter in the order.
And just gave her a nice little freshen after the Sandown win too, Danny.
We did. We had her in on Caulfield Cup Day, but when the track came up fast, we decided to wait, and it's paid off.
What now?
She may have one more run, or we may just put her away and get her really cherry ripe for the autumn.
What about winning at Flemington on Melbourne Cup Day? That must just be such a thrill.
No, it's fantastic for everyone, the owners and all your friends and that to watch the Melbourne Cup. We're thrilled.
Danny O'Brien, congratulations.
Thank you.
Craig Newitt on Ain't Seen Nothing in the Cup, so he could have a huge... Interestingly, they weren't on the outside rail. There were probably 6 or 7 horses in those 2.
Yes, they were. They raced towards the outside section of the track, but off the rail. I like horses that are held up just behind the speed in those straight 6 races. Very hard to lead all the way. The kid rode that mare a treat, and as the trainer said, she's had 4 starts for 3 wins by Lion Hunter, a former smart sprinter trained by Ken Turner in Queensland. Is an emerging sire in Australia, and she's just one of many Lion Hunters that can run.
I reckon the Recurring connections are a bit stiff because they had her spot on, and she's run into a mare just a little bit better on the day. But follow both of them. Craig Newitt's comment, I reckon, was a beauty. She's a superstar. Well, she's not quite yet, but right now, that's what she feels like to him. Good on you. So those numbers on that one, 12, 6 and 2 on the Canon sprint. A little earlier we saw Melanie Simons having a picnic and enjoying herself. I wonder where she's right now at Flemington.
I'm here with Mike McKinnon, Executive Director of Chubb Security. You're sponsoring race 10, but more importantly, you're looking after us today.
We are indeed. We've got a lot of people here today making sure everybody can find their way to their seats and only get to the appropriate areas, over 800.